is your human-centered design. I'd love to hear from both of you what that means and how that philosophy is lived out in your work.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll start. This is actually the way that we differ from the Peace Corps, the biggest way we differ from Peace Corps. We don't have sectors. We don't recruit volunteers to be teachers, to be health sanitation, or environmental workers. We train all our volunteers in something called human-centered design, which is really a problem-solving technique. It's a skills. It's a structure to the facilitation process. It teaches them how to guide their community through this process, make sure everybody is engaged, overcome conflict, bring everybody to consensus, and gives them the tools in order to manage that process. So it's really about helping them become good listeners, deep listeners, and take themselves out of the process. It's not about what they think people need. It's what the people think they need that's going to be, most sustainable and successful. So it's a skill that, a training that is going to be useful for them personally and professionally throughout their lives, but they learn it through this experience. They learn by doing it, getting their hands dirty. And when I first started CorpsAfrica, we just told volunteers to have community meetings and ask people what they want. And they had a really hard time. And one of the things that I like most about human-centered design is that it doesn't answer all those questions. It doesn't make it easy, but it teaches you that it's supposed to be a messy process. And all of these challenges it's okay. And it gives them tools to sort of get through it. So Arthur, do you want to talk about human-centered design in Malawi, the volunteers?
Sure. One thing that I can share is that with human-centered design, all the volunteers that we have had go through the service is that they're still using the skills from human-centered design in their work. Really understanding challenges from the outside, getting to listen, as Liz had mentioned, listen to what other colleagues are saying, and looking at a problem from a bird's eye view. The other thing that we have seen through human-centered design is that it really engages the volunteers to put themselves in a uncomfortable zone. And what I mean by that is that we've had volunteers who are not great public speakers, volunteers who are shy. And so this has really pushed them to be able to talk to different people, looking at the communities, and they have been able to build up their confidence from that. One example that I can give that was phenomenal is last year we had a volunteer who had to talk to about, 60 different people. This is pre-COVID. And they had to talk to chiefs, people that are very high in society within the community. And they were able to build a confidence where they communicated things clearly, but also listen to the community in terms of what they're looking for. And then bring that all together to present a project that can be done by the community. So that's one thing I can share.
And we combine the human-centered design with something that's called asset-based community development, and its approach to development that is about building on what works, finding out, helping people identify what their assets are, not going in and saying what's wrong here, what needs to be fixed, but actually what's right here, what can we build on, which is really critical shift in the approach to helping these communities.